And now I would like all our dignitaries to please speak for, just for some brief time. So first I'll call upon Professor Manaswita Bose. So as she's one of our co-PIs of FOSSEE project.
Thank you, Payal. First of all, my heartfelt congratulations to Professor Kannan Madgolia for leading this massive activity for these many years. Now it is more than 1.5 decades, because you said 2009, and I'm sure you started long back. So 2009, when I joined, it was already in place, and I think I started interacting with you because I wanted to do something in the open source code forum. So I think, and then the effect of that is seen today when so many of you are here, and he has given the overall activities of under FOSSEE, and this is just massive. So one can see his passion. One has to be really driven by passion, and that passion comes from that open source software. Now open source software, open source activities, it should not be, when we say it is free software, that free word should not be misunderstood. Free is not when it comes to cost, because when this kind of activity needs to be taken up, of course there is some cost involved in it, huge amount of cost involved in it. But free, when we say it is free flowing. The knowledge is free flowing, and that's what I think Professor Kannan's passion is, the knowledge flowing beyond boundary. And I think all of us here are driven by that, whether it is my domain is, of course, open form is one, and then other software also that we use in under open source, that is lamps, lights, EADM, and all are open source software. So knowledge is free flowing, and with that passion, I think all of us work, and the effect is seen. I don't have anything more to say. Again, congratulations for your achievement, and a very big thank you for leading us and showing us the way. Thank you, sir.
So Professor Ghosh, please and kindly deliver a small talk for us.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I was not expected to say anything here, but it's still encouraging to be here and say something. I think I've been with FOSSEE from 2014, so more than a decade for me as well. And I just want to say something about what Professor Kannan told you. I mean, he said a lot of things about how many different agencies helped him in making FOSSEE and other sister projects what they are today. What he didn't say, I'd like to make it explicit. It's not a simple job to go to people and convince them that, okay, this is something worth, and this is something worth nation building. It's not just that simple, It's human resource development. Yeah, it's a word that we have. But what FOSSEE is doing, what Spoken Tutorial is doing, and similar other projects, what we are trying to target at, is something much bigger. And even if you get many peers who understand you and are convinced, but people who will come to you and say that, okay, you have the freedom to utilize this resource, maybe money or something else, to make this happen, that's not very simple. And I think that's he very kindly avoided for saying so. And that's something I just wanted to bring here. My journey through FOSSEE, I've been very happy coming from civil engineering background without knowing much about development of software at all. Although, I mean, when I started using computer a long time back, I didn't migrate to open source. We started with open source. I mean, when we started, things changed midway somewhere. So then we are talking about migration, etc., etc. But again, very exciting journey, and very happy to see that FOSSEE has still been making people very enthusiastic about development, dissemination, taking peers along with you, taking colleagues, and mentoring new ones to make them see what else they can do, And that's the success of FOSSEE. And I'm hoping that it still, goes ahead like this with his parentage or someone else's, but that's the hope. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Ghosh. So, Professor Ghosh is the co-PI of FOSSEE under the OSDAG category. So, next I would request Professor Amol Subedar to please come on stage. Professor Amol Subedar is also very closely associated with FOSSEE, and he is also guiding our interns and summer fellows.
Thanks to Professor Kannan and Payal ma'am for this opportunity. I will start with what I gained instead of the other way around. So I gained really a bright intern student who works on CFD. So this is something very hard to get any good student, a very motivated and passionate student. So what I see is that what Professor Kannan said, that this in this way, if somebody is interested in doing something, so even if you miss some train, like for example getting into IITs, you can still have opportunities, and this is something I see. This I got a very bright intern student, and one thing again, what surprised me is that many of us have talked about the education aspects. The other aspect is research. So the case study I did with the student, now I see appears in the ChatGPT Deep's research queries, right? So this project maybe ended 6 weeks ago, and I see that as one of the results. So this also tells me that really this is well, not only well documented, but this is the case studies done by the students. They are widely available, and that really makes a difference. That really makes a difference. So even on the research part, I guess this FOSSEE project, especially in the field I work on, CFD, that is really helpful. So yes, so again, I'm involved only from the last year, and I thanks Professor Kannan for providing me this opportunity. Yeah. So yeah, thanks again.
Thank you so much, Professor Amol. So, may I request Professor Samir Jadhav to please deliver a brief talk. Professor Samir is also, guiding interns and FOSSEE's fellows from this year. So, over to you, sir.
Thanks, Payal. So, yes, I mean, I come from a generation when we had to write our own source code, I mean, in-house code, and then you had this open source software now available, and it takes a lot of effort to create this, as you all are aware. It's like preaching through the choir. And what I want to say is that this effort, I mean, really is very liberating and empowering for the new generation. I would not say just the new generation, because even as mentors and teachers, this is something which really allows us to do research and teaching. What I noticed was that one of the things which was limiting was documentation, and that is one of the things which FOSSEE has really helped in documenting the use of the software. The other thing which I would say which was limiting was you use it once, then there's a gap, you try to use it again, you forget. Again, their documentation is important, but more so for teachers, it is if you incorporate it into your coursework. The students learn by doing, and teachers don't forget. So I think it's really an excellent contribution, and I'm really thankful to Professor Kannan for all the efforts he has put in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Samir. Professor Pennan, could you please come on stage and deliver a brief talk?
Good evening, everyone. First, congrats to all the winners, and congrats to Professor Kannan and Professor Kannan's wonderful team. I've been working with them for the last 6 years, and it is astonishing to see how Professor Kannan had thought about this project, because most of the faculties at IITs will be focusing on their domain, whereas he was focusing on building this pyramid of excellence and creating a platform where everyone has equal opportunities. Sometimes you have softwares, and that is where top institutes can afford softwares, and therefore their students are doing wonders. Whereas there are equally talented students, but they don't have that access to the software. So I was very, very fortunate to join your team, sir. And the numbers that we brought through this project, I don't know. I don't think if I could have done it without the support of him and his team, Spoken Tutorial and FOSSEE team. I really hope, as other professors saying, this continues, because we are here to support this wonderful initiative. And it's really fascinating to see how he thinks about the nation and building the nation by giving equal access to everyone. This doesn't come that easily, and as someone else also said, this project is not simple. So hats off to you, sir, and I hope this momentum continues. You're a wonderful team, and I hope we work together again. Thank you.